I decided to do the do. This is the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Space is the final frontier. Then this is just the pit stop at the rest area that is near.
It's a Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. 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 In your ear.
In your ear.
Pod. Poddamn it. Poddamn it. Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Poddamn Idiotz.
Poddamn it.
From the Henbutt Studios in Battle Creek, Michigan, the Red Room in Spade Land, and the Scorpion Room in San Marcos, Texas, this is the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. All right, everyone. Well, welcome to episode number 54. We've made it to our second episode in season 2. Pretty crazy. We made it over a year. We still got a few of you listening, you crazy people. That's awesome. So, all right. On my screen, which is probably different than the screen everyone else is looking at, on my left, it is the Poddamn World Champion. Although maybe someday there'll be a rematch. I don't know. I'll probably be sleeping again. It's Ric Spade. He's got his Golden Knights jersey on for those of you that are listening to the podcast. He's all excited for the NHL playoffs. It is here. Stanley Cup time.
They're going to win it. They're going to win it.
And then to my right, the guy that he's currently trying to figure out his top 5 because there's so many choices out there. We got a fun top 5 today. I mean, it's always fun, right? But he's down there in the south where it's probably pretty warm. Scorpions run rampant. It's Texas.
Howdy.
Howdy, partner. You're my favorite deputy. And then
there's somebody poisoned the water hole.
And then I've just been running around like crazy. My house is a mess, but luckily you can't tell because you just see the background. Woohoo! I'm Jay Hizzle. So, all right, since Texas is working hard trying to figure out how to put his top 5 in order, Ric Spade, what the heck have you been up to this last week? What's new in your world? Anything crazy going on? No one's stealing your gym bag or your shorts, right?
Nope. Luckily, I got my gym bag still this week. You know what? I just realized I got up close to read the subtitles, and I realized there's no subtitles for this podcast.
Is there normally subtitles?
No, I've just been drinking a lot, and I was expecting subtitles because I was trying to pay attention to what you were saying. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
I can vouch for this. As I was walking through the store on the Zoom call earlier, he's like on his 5th, 6th beer.
I know I only got one left. I'm gonna have to go out on the porch. Damn it. Let's see here. Work's been the same. I'm still fast as fuck. Been hanging out with the kids. Lumber prices are still high, so I can't work on the damn studio. Since it's kind of news, but we probably won't cover it because we don't cover real news. The CDC.
We cover real news.
We don't cover real news.
Real.
So the CDC decided that if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks anymore indoors, unless required by the place that you are in. And I found out that because I'm fully vaccinated, not only will I not have to wear a mask starting Tuesday, but I also get a $75 bonus for being vaccinated. So, yay, money. It's paying for my Cedar Point trip.
That's awesome.
Also, I'd like to thank my boss, even though I'm sure she'll never watch this, for approving my days off for the Cedar Point trip. I was very, very honest too. I was like, hey, what are the odds I can get June 6th off? And she's like, why? I was like, I'm just going to be very transparent. I want to go to Cedar Point. I want to ride roller coasters. I've never been to Cedar Point. She goes, that sounds like fun. I'll be in California. I was like, well, you get to go to Disney. I want to go to Cedar Point. And then she approved my days off. So thank you. Let's see here. Other than that, I keep contemplating finishing typing up my second book. It's still sitting in the same spot it was last week. But I thought about it. And yeah, I started a new anime. I've been watching Black Clover, which I hadn't watched before. And I'm on like episode 20, and I found out there's like 153 episodes. So I'm going to be watching that for a while. Because none of my shows were on this week. So that's about all I got this week. What's going on with you?
Oh, this week's been ridiculously crazy. I don't think there's been any weeknight that I haven't gotten home like at 11 or later.
Except for today?
Except for well, this isn't a weeknight. This is a weekend night. Did I say night or weeknight? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm drunk.
But yeah, it's been a busy week, especially at work. We found KVCC, a community college by us, finally let us in so we could actually start teaching our classes. And man, was I rusty, especially the first night. Ooh. So by the second night, it got better. But between that and then I'm doing this running challenge, and this week was 10 miles. And I'd only gotten a walk and a little run after boxing, and so I had to run almost 7 miles today before then going and doing the workout in the park. So I earned all the food I've been eating. That's the interesting thing. I've been eating really unhealthy these past couple weeks, and I've gained a few pounds, and I gotta fix that. But when you're on the go, you're just eating whatever junk foods around, and then you're not eating like you should. So when you're hungry, you'll just eat everything in front of your face. But I also ran the longest and the fastest I've done in a long time. So I don't know. It's like I'm getting into better shape and fatter at the same time. I don't even know what you call that. But yeah, it's just been a crazy busy week. My place, I need to get some time to clean this up, because otherwise Texas is going to get here and he's not even going to know where the room is because there's crap everywhere.
Yeah, my kids will break something.
Plus, he probably wants clean sheets, I imagine. So
I don't want to know what you did on that bed.
Are they the same sheets I used last time?
No, I washed them. I think my dad was the last one to sleep in that bed. But then I forgot I just put the comforter over, and I need to wash those sheets. And then get the air mattress out. So between that and that bed, you guys will be able to figure out your sleeping arrangements. So that will work out good. And now we got the NHL playoffs starting. You know, I'm going full tilt. I got 15 miles to run this week. We got more boxing classes coming up. The races have started back up. And finally, I'm going to the local racetrack. So that's been a lot of fun. I really do enjoy going to those. And yeah, just life just seems busy. Like every weekend I got stuff going on. So it's been good. Been a good week. Just busy, a little tired. I'm going to sleep in a little bit tomorrow.
I wish I could do that. I got to be up at 4 a.m.
Well, the good news is we should be done before 11 o'clock your time.
Bam. Yep. Ooh, and my friend who I work, I'm actually technically working in his office. He has like a bunch of cars. He has a Mustang, a 2016 convertible. He's got like a 90s Jaguar, a 70s Mercedes. And so he doesn't even have room for all of them. We stored them in our pole barn for the winter for him. So he told me I could take one out in the weekend if I want. So I have a Mustang convertible this weekend. It's kind of exciting.
Nice.
I know. He's a really nice guy. Unfortunately, I think he's going to sell one of the cars, which I realize it makes sense for him because he has so many. But you know me, I want him to keep them. Keep them all, Paul.
You should offer him like 1,000 Dogecoin for one.
Yeah, here's some Dogecoin. Yeah, I've been trying to keep up on the crypto and all the trading and stuff too. And I mean, the market's been crazy. It's like down. Oh, we're going back up, and
then back down.
And then crypto, it depends on what you're looking at. So I know this isn't a crypto episode, but you know, Dogecoin went down when Musk went on Saturday Night Live and kind of was like, it's a hustle. And then Bitcoin went down and he's like, well, I'm keeping mine, but Tesla will not be accepting it right now because it uses too much, energy, which I mean, that part's probably true. and then he said something about Dogecoin and it went up. And then Cardano, which is very environmentally friendly, Bitcoin can do 7 transactions per second versus 1,000 per second for Cardano. That's been skyrocketing while Bitcoin's going down. Ethereum's kind of gone down a little bit too, but yeah, so the crypto market's just insane. The stock market's insane. The world's insane. All right, let's get to it. Texas, what's happening down south? I'm sure it's crazy down there.
Not really.
You know, speaking of crypto real quick, I got $5 in fucking Bitcoin from being on Coinbase, which I'm not advertising. I'm just pointing out they gave me $5 for no fucking reason. And I've lost
sign up bonus.
Whatever. The point is I lost 92 cents because it's now down to 408. Or maybe it's back up by now. Oh, it's back up to 422. But at one point it was at 408. So I've lost 80 cents, fuckers.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm sad.
Well, anyways, I haven't really done much. Worked all week. Was supposed to work a full shift today. Then, of course, something caught on fire in another area, not mine. So we got to go home around 12. Helped my daughter start working on cleaning out her closet because for the longest time she shared a room with her brother, but now she does not. And so we were cleaning out the closet so she could put her clothes in there.
That's super exciting for her. She must be psyched.
Found out that I will be taking over the house in August instead of March, so I've had to push some stuff back.
Oh, August this year instead of March of next year.
Yeah. So I've already set up a appointment with my financial advisor when I go up to Michigan to discuss things.
That's smart.
Well, he tends to be a smart guy, or at least he tries to be.
I'm sure he's good.
Other than that, next week I have 3-day passes to go to NASCAR in Austin with my son.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Don't have to go Friday though, because all they're having is a truck practice and a Xfinity practice, and that's about it. So there's no point going Friday. So I think Friday I'm gonna take my kayak out and go kayaking.
Oh, you like kayaking?
I
Maybe
do.
we'll come up, we can kayak.
We'll have to find a place to rent a kayak. I'll go.
Well, I have 4 of them, and by me,
You do?
I mean my mom has them, or
Oh.
my dad, mom and dad. Oh yeah, they love to kayak.
Well, yeah, we can go kayaking. It's fun. Sounds fun for me. My kids have never done it though, so yeah.
We'll figure. I mean, if we have the time, we'll figure it out. Not the next time.
I don't have a kayak anymore.
I kind of started to watch my weight a little bit this week, watching what I'm eating, and I don't know if this is the reason why, but like Friday and today, I woke up in a fantastic mood. I had more energy. I was dancing around my freaking plant yesterday until I ran out of energy around 1, and then I wanted to take a nap. But
being healthier definitely makes you feel better, and getting sleep. I have to figure out how to do the sleep thing, which then usually leads to being healthier.
Other than that, that's about it. So what kind of news do we have, bald guy?
Guys, there's a lot going on.
I know, right?
A lot of real news happening.
Are we going to cover some real news?
All of this is real news. All happens. I'm not. When we go through news stories, I don't make any of it up.
No, I understand that, but we're not like the doom and gloom 9 o'clock news.
Oh.
6 million people died today. We
that will never be us.
We do the uplifting and weird news.
We'll continue to do that. And this was amazing. So the Chicago Fire Department. All right, so this was crazy. So there was a burning fire in Chicago, okay? And the fire's burning. There's a black cat 5 stories up. No joke, I even watched the video because I didn't believe it. The cat jumped out of a window, 5 stories down, landed in the grass on its feet. It even bounced a little bit when it landed, and then just meowed and walked off. Like, no joke. This cat just left. And the fire department even said, yeah, the cat survived. It said it went under my car and hid until she felt better after a couple of minutes and came out and tried to scale the wall to get back in.
The cat landed and looked at everybody like, meow, like, what? What you looking at?
Like, isn't that crazy, though? A cat literally jumped 5 stories. So they did contain the fire eventually. No injuries were reported, but
I'd jump 5 stories if it's either burned to death or jump 5 stories. I'd jump 5 stories.
But here's the thing. You would jump 5 stories and you might live, but I guarantee you're going to break a bone or something.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. As fat as I am, I'd probably break every bone in my lower half.
He's so squishy.
It's just amazing. All of a sudden you see this cat just jump out a window. It lands and it goes. It's like, wow. All right. Have you ever just had those days where you don't want to go to a work meeting?
Every day.
Well, there's a Maine police chief. He wanted to skip out of a public meeting as well. In fact, so badly, it ended up costing him his career. So they decided to revoke the license from former chief of police Joshua. His name's Joshua Poddamn.
That explains a lot.
So he's been chief for 6 years, and he invented a suspicious person report so he could ditch the board of of selectmen meeting in February of 2020.
Hey, Rick. Cheers, my friend.
Hola!
It's just crazy.
Oba!
So let's see here. He texted one of his officers and asked her to call him out of the meeting. He then drove to his cruiser to the fairgrounds. He used the computer in his cruiser to create a false entry in the department dispatch system that said he drove there in response to a report of a suspicious person. He also entered a fairground employee's license plate number into the entry. Wow. So yeah, I mean, you can't do that. You can't do that. So,
I mean, you could, but you're gonna get caught.
Yeah, he got caught. So when you don't, just go to those meetings, okay? Even though they might not be the best, go to the meetings unless you can find a legit reason, but don't make one up, especially if you're an officer.
That would have been a perfect segue for B to show up just now.
Can you imagine if a firefighter did this? Like, they're like, yeah, fire chief gets fired because he had someone purposely light something on fire so he could go extinguish it. So he didn't have to go to a meeting.
You know, that also reminds me of that lawyer story I told you about last week after the show.
Oh, yep. And this one's kind of interesting. A mistake anyone can make. A Belgian farmer moved a 330-pound stone out of the path of his tractor, and he unwittingly changed the border between Belgium and France by 7.5 feet. You know, sometimes you change borders accidentally. So apparently historians walking the area in which stones have been placed to mark the border between Belgium and France under the 1820 treaty noticed one of the stones had been moved. A local farmer moved the stone so he get his tractor through and it returned to its original location, which meant that Belgium and their municipality was actually enlarged. The French don't agree, obviously, so they're going to have to put the thing back in place. But technically, those rocks are what decided the border. So by moving the rock, he actually moved the border a little bit. Isn't that crazy?
What'd you do today? Oh, I invaded another country.
Accidentally.
I gave us 7 extra feet.
Woohoo! At least in this one little area. I just think that's hilarious.
Who the hell decided that we needed a rock to decide where the fucking border was?
Well, in all fairness, this was back in 1820.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some rock or some random piece of nature that divides America from Canada. You see that rock right there? That's the American border.
Don't cut that tree down. That's the Canadian maple tree. That's where Canada starts.
You know, 100%. I mean, obviously, like, by the Great Lakes and stuff, it's easy to have the border, but that's all kind of interesting. All right, we didn't get to do any world records last week, so I got some. I got a couple that maybe you guys could break and a couple that you guys definitely can't break. So, Quebec man breaks Guinness World Record with a 44-hour video game marathon.
Me and Rick could break that.
And he played an online video game for 44 hours, 44 minutes, and 44 seconds. He runs a video game streaming channel, Bobby Gamachi, on Twitch with his
Well,
brother. And
Maybe Rick
played-
could. I don't drink caffeine anymore.
they played World of Warcraft, and they're going to end at 34 hours, but discovered someone else was chasing the same record at the same time. We learned at that time that someone else was actually trying to break the same Guinness World Record, and they were almost close to the 40-hour mark at that time. Bobby actually took it upon himself to actually say, look, you know what? We are already 34 hours into this thing. I can't lose. So let's go for another 12 hours. And he did. I don't know why that's their voice, but that's just what I'm giving to him. So
I
When
know
I-
you said they were from. You said they were from Quebec.
When I first started playing World of Warcraft back in 2007, 2008, and I was trying to catch up to my cousin because my cousin had been playing for a while. I actually played for 26 hours straight, so
Yep. Just add another like 20 hours to that. You get the record.
it could have been done.
You said to stay awake, I just ate healthy. I try to have people always talking with me, always active on the chat. So it was kind of interesting. So there's one I think you could do. And here's a second one that maybe you could do. So a pair of Utah men broke the Guinness World Record when one launched a marshmallow from a slingshot and the other caught it in his mouth, 225 feet and 10 inches away.
Nice.
I mean, that's not quite not quite a football field away. So
Well, here's the thing. We could probably catch it in our mouth after a few tries. It's whether or not we could slingshot it 220 feet.
I'm sure it could make some kind of contraption. I don't know. But I
Like
still
if-
think that one's at least possible. These next two I'm about to go through, I don't see any of us ever doing. If you think you can do it, I'd be impressed. But yeah, that's still pretty crazy. 225 feet, 10 inches. So farthest marshmallow propelled and caught in mouth. All right. So these are the two Guinness World Records that I don't think any of us will break. North Carolina man breaks record with 3,050 push-ups in an hour.
Nope.
Nope. I did today, let's see, at the park, I think I did like 55 push-ups, and that was in a minute and a half between two separate rounds, and my arms were burned up. So I couldn't do another 3,000. I couldn't even do 3,050 push-ups in a day, I don't think. Maybe a week. Maybe. So that's just crazy. Like, how strong do you have to be to do that? Or how lightweight?
That might take you a month. You just said you did 55 and you were burnt out. That's one day.
I'm sure I could get more in throughout the day, though. I bet I could do like 250 in a day. So,
When I used to do wrestling training, one of our trainers used to make us do like 150 push-ups before we could do to the next thing. And every once in a while, I'd be the first one done. And I was doing actual push-ups, not those like bullshit push-ups.
yeah, I did actual push-ups today, too. I had pretty good form. I did the push-up stations first, though, because I knew if I waited and had that be my last station, my form probably wouldn't be as good because I'd be tired. And finished with burpees, which is also kind of tough. But, oh, my gosh, this is crazy. So Johnson actually kept going for 11 more hours, attempting to break the record for most push-ups in 12 hours. It's 19,325 push-ups. Wow. That record stand for 30 years, and it still does because he only got to 16,400 push-ups in 12 hours. Jeez, that's just crazy. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So good job to this guy. He's superhuman. I don't care. That's superhuman right there. And here's one more that we'll never do. A South African gymnast broke his own Guinness World Record by performing 36 consecutive one-handed backflips.
I'm lucky
Yeah,
I have to do
24
one
previous record.
backflip.
I
Yeah, I'm
can't
not-
even do one backflip.
I can't even do a two-handed backflip, let alone a one-handed backflip, let alone 36 consecutive one-handed backflips. It's just crazy. These people are crazy. I mean, they're so amazing. Like, it's awesome. You know, we all have gifts and talents, but this, flips and push-ups and all this crazy physical stuff wasn't one given to me. I have different talents. And then we're ending with my favorite news story that I've read so far. Param Sharma, 25, And this would take place in California, was arrested for reckless driving. And here's why. A motorist was arrested after an officer observed him. This is great. This reminds me of like Anchorman. All right. He was arrested when an officer observed him in the back seat of a Tesla traveling in the San Francisco Bay Area freeway. Because you know how Teslas have like the little autopilot thing, even though you're supposed to be like have your hands by the wheel and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy decided that he trusted enough to put it on autopilot and then go sit in the back seat while it drove him on the freeway. I would be scared to death.
I'd have sex during that.
He was arrested for alleged reckless driving and disobeying a police officer. They call it a peace officer, but the Highway Patrol said in a statement Tuesday, multiple 911 calls Monday evening reported a person seated in the backseat of a Tesla Model 3. It's only in the Model 3. It's a cheaper model, too. Without anyone in the driver's seat while a vehicle traveled on Interstate 80 across San Francisco Bay Bridge. Across the bridge? Was this guy trying to die? So a Highway Patrol motorcycle spotted the Tesla, confirmed the sole occupant was in the backseat and took action to stop the car. So that's crazy. Prior to the arrest, members of the public had captured video, and they showed the video, and it was freaky. Like the car is just driving in a straight line. Because apparently, like it's supposed to be able to read the lines of the road and the car ahead of it. Well, he would have been screwed, though, if it was like if there's a fire truck or something ahead of him. Because apparently these self-driving systems, when there's a really big vehicle, aren't registering that it's a vehicle. They just think it's space, and so they just crash into it. They've had multiple issues with that. Fire trucks being rear-ended by these things.
I heard one time I think that was the guy who actually developed the autopilot for the Tesla was driving down the road watching Harry Potter or something like that, and his car didn't register a tractor trailer and went underneath and took his head off.
These are not fully automated cars. Tesla says on its website, in its owner's manual, both systems are not fully autonomous because they have like the autopilot and a full self-driving. I'm guessing this is autopilot because, again, this is their cheaper model. It's not even like their top-of-the-line model or anything. Yeah, but and they're supposed to have like things that like sense if you're not in the driver's seat so it won't go. But apparently drivers have found ways to get around it. And so far, at least 3 people have died when they weren't driving their car and the system or the driver stopped before an obstacle on the road. And it's those big obstacles that it doesn't always see. So it's so stupid. I'm glad that he went to jail. I do think he's out now, but I'm going to go in the back seat right now. You feel me? I'm waiting for my car to charge, Sharman told the station. Elon Musk really knows what he's doing. I think people are tripping and they're scared. Well, I don't drive and I don't fill up gas. I am a gold collar. What is this guy from Oregon or what? They don't fill up their own gas there. Oh, well, I guess he doesn't fill up gas because it's a electric car. I see. Okay, that's where he's getting at.
Oh, so he's not one of the people who's putting gas in a plastic baggie and sticking it in his trunk?
No. Jeez. Yeah, that's equally dumb. There's so many better if you're gonna worry and you're gonna hoard gas, there's so many better ways to hoard it. What is happening in our world? People are riding in the back seat of their Tesla Model 3 that can't actually drive itself fully and risking their lives over a bridge where people are panic buying gas, just like they panic bought toilet paper, and they're putting it in bags. Like, come on, people. Let's be smarter.
The best one I saw, and I hope this was a joke and someone was just making fun of the whole situation. The lady was sitting there with the gas pump, with the gas handle over a laundry basket, the one with all the holes in it. Yeah. I was like, please, for the love of God, tell me this is just making fun of the whole situation.
I did see a cool video. Like an older guy was filling up his car and a white van came and it opened up and there were like 3 people I think were going to try to rob his car. And he was filling up with gas. So we took the gas nozzle out and just started spraying the crap out of them. And they all ran and they got in the van and left. And I was like, that's brilliant. Because nobody wants to be sprayed with gasoline, right? And I was thinking the only thing that would have been cooler is if he had a match on him. But like this guy just showed like, because I guess it makes sense, but the velocity that full blast that the gas comes out of that thing is pretty good.
Yeah, haven't you ever watched Zoolander?
Yeah, but that's a movie. I've never seen anyone like do that in real life, but he sprayed all these guys that came at him and then they just started running, probably because they're afraid he did have a match. It was it was genius. I'm thinking about when I go to the gas station, I should carry matches on me for self-defense. All right, I'm half kidding, mostly kidding, but that was pretty cool. But yeah, that was the news. Oh man, it's a crazy world we live in.
I'm gonna stop my video. It's dinner time.
You're gonna what?
He's apparently gonna eat now.
I'm gonna eat, and I don't want a clown face over me.
Oh come on! I was gonna do a shark this time.
Oh, shark would be cool, Texas.
Anyways, before we move on, I did have one news story. Woman risks life by jumping into ocean to save beer kegs during dangerous storm.
Oh, you gotta do that. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Now, an Australian woman risked her life in order to save a few beer kegs from floating away in the ocean during a dangerous storm. Beaches along the Gold Coast and Queensland have been dealing with strong winds and heavy flooding, resulting in many items being swept away into the tide. However, a woman at the Currumbin Beach Viking Surf Life Savings Club wasn't about to allow kegs of beer to be taken into the process and jumped in to save them. So luckily, no one was hurt, and the beer kegs were just fine, and everything was good to go. So
it's a happy ending after all. Happy ending. Everybody wins. Everybody lives. La 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 la. So, guys, I think it might be time we play a game. Who's your daddy and what does he do? Game of the week time. It's the game of the week. Take it away, Ric Spade.
My daddy's still in the urn. All right. So I was trying to figure out what game to play, and then in my drunken acknowledgement, I said I'll just grab whatever I can reach. So we're gonna play Who'd You Rather?
Who'd you rather or would you rather?
Who'd you rather?
Oh, okay.
So for those of you that don't know, I'm going to pick a card, and it's going to have a scenario, and then I'm going to pick a blue card, and it'll have two options, and then we're going to decide who we pick. And then the second round, we'll pick a pink card, and that'll have females on it, and the black card will have a scenario, and we'll pick who we're going to pick out of those two. So we're going to start it off with Jay Hizzle, and then we'll just, round robin that answer. So Jay Hizzle.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you rather have as your nurse? Sam Smith or Bill Gates?
Let's see here. I think I know what answer I'm gonna go with, but I'm just gonna quickly look up and see
who Sam Smith is.
Yeah. Bill Gates. And I was thinking Bill Gates anyway, just because, I feel like Bill Gates is one of those people that's gonna research and be good at whatever he does. He already is a little bit into the health stuff, so I think Bill Gates would probably do a better job anyway. Oh, are we all doing the same questions too, or is it just I answer and then we go to the next person?
You answer, then we go to the next person. Same question.
Okay.
Texas, who would you pick, Sam Smith or Bill Gates?
Sam Smith, because fuck Bill Gates.
Jeez. He doesn't even have an Apple computer. I don't understand. Is he upset about the divorce?
I don't give a shit that Sam Smith's gay. Go Sam Smith.
I don't care either.
I didn't know he was gay.
I didn't either.
Well, I'm guessing it's the guy that I pulled up on Google. It was like he was kissing another guy, so I'm guessing he's gay. I don't know. But fuck Bill Gates.
I don't know, because I've never heard any of his songs, so I'm going to have to go with Bill Gates.
I just think he's a professional and he researches and all that stuff. He'd probably do good.
All right. Texas. Who'd you rather have as your personal assistant? Scarlett Johansson or Kendall Jenner?
Oh, wow. That's difficult. I'm gonna go with Scarlett Johansson because I figured was it Kendall or Caitlin?
Kendall.
She'd be too busy taking naked photos, so I'll go with Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson's pretty hot. I'd have to go with Scarlett Johansson.
This one's a hard one.
For me, it's one of those porn scenarios, though. So
what? I gotta look something up here to. What Jenner is the one that, or is it a Kardashian? Who's the one that's the really successful business person that like is a billionaire? They're far richer than the rest because she has multiple businesses.
I don't know. Kim?
Nope, it's definitely not Kim.
I ain't got a clue.
Kim ain't successful. She fucking married Kanye. Fucking dumbass.
Wow, actually, it does say Kim, but that's because she's on there with Kanye West, even though I think they're divorcing. So I don't know. I'll probably go Scarlett Johansson. She seems like she has it all together. Either one would probably be a good assistant. So I'll go, but I like Scarlett Johansson. I'm an Avengers fan, so I don't know enough about the other Jenner.
She could assist me any day of the week.
I mean, I feel like she's really smart, so she'll probably be up high, helping me run the company or whatever. I'll take her advice.
All right. Here's my question. Who'd I rather see on the $100 bill? Chris Rock or Daniel Craig? That's a tough one. Oh, man. I really like them both.
Well, I'll go ahead and answer that. I'd rather see Daniel Craig, considering on one of Chris Rock's Netflix specials, he said white people will never understand the hurt of a mass shooting until white people start getting shot. So I think Chris Rock is a little white racist. So I'm gonna go with Daniel Craig because fuck Chris Rock.
You really said that?
Yes, he did.
I'm still gonna go with Chris Rock.
Well, something similar to that. I may have paraphrased, but
yeah, I'm gonna go with Chris Rock. Only because I think it would be nice to see a black comedian on a $100 bill.
I'd take Bill Cosby before Chris Rock.
I mean, I'd take Bill Cosby before Chris Rock too, but based on these two choices, I'd have to go with Chris Rock.
Oh, I don't even know anymore. I was going to go Chris Rock because he's actually American. Daniel Craig isn't. But if he's telling people to shoot other people, that's not acceptable. But I don't know the context or anything. I guess I'll just go Daniel Craig for now because I would have to take a look and see, was he really like, are people really shooting other people because of Chris Rock, or was it just a joke he was telling? I don't know. So I'd have to further review that. So Daniel Craig currently, if this was actually me making the decision, though, I'd have to put it under review.
All right. Well, Jay Hizzle, tell me this. Who would you rather spy on so you can find out all their secrets? Jennifer Lopez or Gwen Stefani?
I know J-Lo has a lot of security at her place for sure, so that would be hard. I'm guessing Stefani probably does too, but I don't know. I think Gwen Stefani. I think I would spy on Gwen Stefani actually.
I've always been fond of J-Lo's ass, so I gotta go with Jennifer Lopez. Texas?
Man, that's a tough one. That really is. Because
We
both
ask
of them
the
are
toughest questions in the show.
both of them are smoking hot. And I know J-Lo and A-Rod are no longer together. I'll go J-Lo.
I mean, I don't know if spying on her is gonna like get her want to date you, but
Yeah, but see, if you know her secrets, then you might be able to use that as a leg up to like try to win her over.
So you just don't get caught. All right.
I do that sometimes. You know, you get on Facebook or something and you'll kind of research a chick so that way you can have something in common.
I don't really feel bad about Facebook stalking because people can control how much you see. So whatever's out there is public information that they're fine with anyone seeing. So
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if you know a girl, like for example, if you knew a girl was really big into Will Ferrell movies, you're probably gonna try and quote Will Ferrell movies just to try to impress her. You know what I mean?
and to be funny.
I mean,
I'm Ron Burgundy?
So this isn't from Chris Rock's Netflix special, but this is something he said at the Golden Globes a few years ago. The first thing people say when a mass shooting is announced, bet he white. So basically, he assumes all white people are mass murderers.
That's all he said?
That's not what he said in the Netflix special. I can't find that quote right now. But that's what he said at the Golden Globes.
Statistically, I'm not sure that could actually be true. Well, it wasn't in Colorado the last time, but it doesn't matter. No one should be doing mass shootings. It's sad.
All right,
I would say WTF. What's wrong with people? What do you got?
All right, Texas.
Yes.
We're gonna ask you the really tough question. Who would you rather see go commando? Will Ferrell or Simon Cowell?
I feel like I've already seen Will Ferrell from Old School and all the other movies he did. Granted, he didn't actually show his junk, but
we're streaking.
I guess I'll go with Simon Cowell.
I'm definitely going with Will Ferrell because he's hilarious, and if for whatever reason he's going commando, it's going to be funny.
I won't lie, I almost hate Will Ferrell as much as I hate Nicolas Cage, so I'm going with Simon Cowell.
What?
Okay, here we go. I found his Netflix quote. This is from Chris Rock. Sorry, I keep harping on this. This is from his Netflix special. I want to live in a world where an equal amount of white kids are shot every month.
Hey, look who's here!
It's Captain Slow!
Wow.
He escaped from Sesame Street PD.
B!
Hi, guys.
You escaped from Sesame Street PD? Wow.
I don't know about that. I'm kind of still there.
Oh, okay.
And then he kicked his phone.
Hey,
Sorry.
you can ask him questions.
Getting outside the fire department.
Oh, how was your night going?
Been steady so far.
Nice.
Had a dog bite. Had a boat on fire.
You didn't get bit though, right?
No.
Oh, good.
Some
good.
other lady.
I know we're in the middle of playing game of the week, but can I start before we lose Be Slow? Can I start Southern Charm a little early and ask him my question before we lose him?
Go ahead.
Sure. Do you want to cut in Southern Charm right now?
Go ahead.
So he can hear what Southern Charm sounds like. Listen to this.
That's like the hills of Kentucky shit right there.
The yelling at the end is our very own Jazz.
Yeah,
Where's he at?
me and Rick stumbled upon one of his Highland games, and
I think he's racing right now.
Who knows?
okay, Be Slow, I have a question for you. So
Okay.
the state of Texas is right now trying to pass constitutional carry, where you don't need a CDL to carry your sidearm. A lot of Democrats during the House debate were always like, well, do you think the cops would like that? What do you think the cops would think of that? Which finally Democrats actually care what cops think, which is weird. What would you, as a police officer, think of that if more people were carrying without a permit their sidearm?
Yes and no. Yes, because the people who are generally carrying are the good guys. and they will help us. But no, because they have no training or experience whatsoever. How is there any proof that they can hit the broadside of a barn they're standing in? You just don't know, and they're not taught the laws of the state that they're in, so they don't know when they can't draw a firearm, or when they can point it at somebody or brandish it, or how they can do it, or where they're even allowed to legally carry it. And so there's a lot of rules that go along with it that protect the other people around them from an unlawful discharge that they don't mean to do. Whereas somebody that has a permit has at least some basic training.
Yeah, I have a very controversial opinion. But I think that to have a gun, you should have to go through some kind of training before you can actually own it. And then once you own it, you can open carry. But you should have to have some kind of training and get your certificate. I've been trained. I know how to handle a gun. I know how to load a gun. I know the rules in my state with guns. I can actually aim and shoot at something. And I know that if there's, a mass shooting or something I'm trying to stop, not to just go aimlessly trying to shoot towards the bad guy and hit other people.
That's what Michigan CPL does. Granted, I feel like it needs a lot more training because you qualify once in a lifetime. That's it. And you put 10 rounds on a piece of paper 10 feet away from you. I mean, but at least it's something, and they have to go through the course to learn the laws.
You have to renew your driver's license and all that, so I wouldn't be upset with every 10 years they do a little.
Well, they renew it every 4 years, but they don't have to requalify.
Yeah, I like the idea of requalifying. But I mean, just to buy a gun, you should have to know how to use it. If you have something that can murder someone, shouldn't you know how to use? I don't know. That's just me.
Sure.
But I'm fine.
I don't think so, because a baseball bat can murder somebody. A fork can murder somebody. A box cutter can murder somebody.
What about to murder someone from a long distance?
So everybody should be able to buy a gun as long as they are mentally capable of responsibly owning one.
All right. Well,
you should not need any training in order to buy one. I think you should have training in order to carry one in public.
Okay.
Well,
I think it could be easier to just get them when they're buying it, but
one of the things that the Republicans in Texas were trying to argue that with was most people who would open carry without a CDL would want to go to training to get their CDL so they could carry in other states. But
that could be true.
Yeah, because Michigan recognizes CPLs from all over the country.
And not some. Wisconsin has no actual gun shooting part, so I don't think they recognize Wisconsin's.
I think Wisconsin just changed all that stuff.
Oh, did they? I hope they did, because I did go to that class, and I'm like, I shouldn't be carrying a gun yet. Oh, I can load and unload a gun and answer questions. All right.
But I believe you should be comfortable with it. If you're not comfortable with it, then you should get more training. I think everybody should get as much training as possible. Everybody should at least have gunfighting 101 type thing.
10-4. Well, that was my question I wanted to ask. I'm glad you hopped on with us.
Tagging in on that, do you believe that with the open carry law, it's going to help intimidate people from trying to do crimes with guns?
Open carry is stupid. I think if anybody who decides to open carry, they make themselves a target. Because say you're a bad guy, you're walking into rob the gas station, you see a guy with his back turned to you with a gun. Who do you shoot first?
Hang on. In Texas, it's not actually open carry. You have to have it concealed. It's just you don't need a license to carry it.
Well, I think you always could open carry in Texas. Now you don't. Now you can conceal carry too.
So, if I had a gun on my hip and I had it concealed and someone was trying to rob a store or something, I could do something about it. I actually know how to shoot a gun.
Yeah. As I said, if it's concealed, that bad guy comes in to rob the store, you do what they say, and then you can be the one to surprise him to stop him. Whereas if you're open carrying, he's going to stop you before you stop him.
What are the rules if someone's robbing a store, but they're not a threat to you?
Is that still considered self-defense, or
the threat to another person is a life threat? I mean, but for me, if they're not threatening me or physically actually shooting, I'm not going to engage.
But if they have a gun up to the head of a cashier or something.
Oh yeah, I'm a civilian there, and they have that. I have the capability of a surprise. I will give them a verbal to drop before I shoot.
Only if
Okay.
she's
But
cute.
if they're just going through and order you to the ground and give me the cash and run out, I ain't gonna do anything. I'll be the world's best witness.
Okay, that makes sense.
But of course, if I'm on duty, I have an obligation to intervene no matter what when I'm on duty.
Yep. So all
I
depends
mean,
if
if
their
you're
life's
just a
in
general
danger.
civilian.
Yep.
But I think more people need to get their concealed permits.
Yeah, I want to do
The
some.
more
shooting.
the better. You mean,
You
think
need-
how many of these mass shootings are out there? If there is actually concealed carry people, there'd be so far less death.
There's been a
Because
buttload
someone
under Biden so far.
they confront.
Very true.
I wonder why.
Well, we'll go to the shooting range
Biden's an idiot.
this summer, so you can train me a little bit, and then I'll go to the class.
A coworker of mine does a whole class for it.
Really?
Yeah, see if we
Awesome.
can put a class in, and if we can get him to do one, then you can do it. I mean, he can do a whole CPL on top of all of the gunfight training that you need too.
Yeah, if we could do all that, that'd be awesome. I'd probably even get a couple other people to join. So awesome.
Well, for those of the people who are happy to see B, we might actually do an in-studio podcast at Jay's house in like 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Woohoo!
3 weeks.
Woohoo!
2
This
weeks,
is
3 weeks, 3 weeks.
This is only like the third time I've seen B in like what 4 months, 5 months.
Sesame Street
I
PD
haven't
keeps him on a
seen much of
tight
anybody.
lockdown.
My life is busy.
Well, the first time I seen him was at a Lowe's, and then he was like, "You want to help do paper stones?" And then he wasn't home when I went over there. And then the second time, he was actually in my store, so I got to talk to him for at least a good 15, 20 minutes. And
Do we want to give him a who'd you rather while he's here?
Sure. Hey, be slow. Who would you
Only if
rather?
it's appropriate.
Oh, it's appropriate, I promise. Who would you rather see
Okay.
turned into a zombie? Mila Kunis or Avril Lavigne?
Levine.
That's fair. She'd make a hot zombie.
Levine.
Yeah, I go Avril Lavigne. She'd be pretty cool. I mean, hopefully she doesn't bite me.
I mean,
she
she
was
could.
a zombie girl.
I mean, she could bite me if she was a zombie. That's fine.
You would die. Making sure you know that.
All right. I'll do another female one just because of the question. Who would you rather have a baby with? Miley Cyrus or Selena Gomez?
Selena Gomez.
I'm gonna go with Miley Cyrus. She's a freak.
Selena Gomez. She's more a respectable adult than Miley Cyrus.
That's also fair.
Here.
Are you Googling who somebody is?
I'm
I
just
don't remember who
Totally
Selena Gomez is.
He is.
I don't know as much about her. I know more about Miley Cyrus. And Miley Cyrus went through a crazy phase, but also she settled down, and I think Miley Cyrus.
Jay Hizzle, just so you know, you said she settled down. She married Chris Hemsworth's brother Liam for about 3 months, and then they got divorced because she cheated on him.
Why are you looking at all this?
I'm not looking this up. That's stuff I hear on the radio, man. It's where I get 90% of my knowledge from.
Oh,
Everything you
well.
hear on the crew.
I mean, if we have a baby and I can get custody, I'll get child support. I'm just...
Wow.
Uh,
Jay Hizzle's gonna baby trap.
that's great.
I'm sure that she would just fall so madly in love with me that she would never cheat.
So
I hate to say it. You are not as hot as Liam Hemsworth.
Texas is not always all about looks.
Good stuff. All right. I think we'll do one more.
All
Jay
right.
Hizzle, who would you rather get dirty on the dance floor with? David Hasselhoff or Gandhi?
David
Well, his answer
Hasselhoff.
is David Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff. Duh.
Jump in my car. I wanna take you home. That's a
He's
song.
gonna
he
hope
does.
that he's driving Kit, right?
Oh, that'd be so cool. To hang out with David Hasselhoff would be awesome. I want to meet him someday.
Looking at previous history from March,
You don't hassle the Hoff.
juvenile jumped out the window when he saw law enforcement arrive on scene.
Never good to jump out the window.
Unless you're a cat.
Yes. Is anyone else answering that question? Or are we all going with David Hasselhoff?
I just said you don't hassle the Hoff.
All right. You're going David Hasselhoff.
The Germans.
I'm going to be different and go with Gandhi because I'm just afraid of how manly David Hasselhoff is.
All right.
All right.
Was that our game of the week?
That was our game of the week.
We've already done Southern Charm, so we're just going to go right into the top 5. All right, so which I guess Captain Beaslow isn't know what the top 5 is, but he might come up with some stuff off the top of his head. Ha ha ha. Top 5 today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever you watch or listen to this. Top 5 cover songs.
There's what?
Cover
Top 5
songs.
Cover songs.
So, you know, songs that were sung by a band, but it was sung by somebody else originally.
Oh, I have no idea.
For example, Aerosmith did a lot of Beatles covers.
We'll say
Together right now.
I mean, even if you want to just give one.
that was the Monkees. That one. I like that one.
Wait, what?
The one Smash Mouth did. That was used to be the Monkees.
Oh, I'm a Believer.
Yeah.
Then I saw her face. That's one of my honorable mentions. Now I'm a believer.
That's a good
Well,
one.
Jay Hizzle, you're doing your honorable mentions. You might as well go.
I mean, just go now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Go
I'll
for
do
it.
this. Honorable mention: "Live and Let Die." GNR did the cover on that one. Motley Crue, "Anarchy for You." Hey, it's coming sometime. That's Sex Pistols. Was the original people that did it. Motley Crue did the remake, and then Motley Crue, and I think Aerosmith's done
Just
some
advising that
songs
Colin does
too.
have 3 knives in his room and also one in a closet. It's going to be hunting type knives.
Interesting. Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter. The Beatles are the original ones that sang that, but Aerosmith and Motley Crue did covers. And then Come Together. The Beatles did that. Aerosmith did the cover. And then Bull Moose Jackson sang Big 10-inch record, and Aerosmith did a cover on that, which is an older song I didn't even realize. And then the Beatles sang a song called I'm Down, and Aerosmith did the cover of that, and I love Aerosmith's version. You telling lies thinking I can't see. You can't
Stop singing before you get us in more trouble with Sony, dude. Damn it.
I can only win so many battles.
Does Weird Al count in this?
He does. I told Jay I would give him Weird Al.
But he still does it off the exact same songs. He just redoes the lyrics. The music is the same.
You got some from Weird Al that you like there, B?
Yeah, give us some Weird Al
Paradise,
song.
of course.
And
And
Weenie in the bottle. And Weenie in the bottle. It seemed like a good idea, and no one else was around.
I stuck my weenie in a bottle. Now I can't get it out.
All right, my top 5. Number 5, Aerosmith covered a song called "Train Kept a Rolling All Night Long." I never knew this was a cover song because, like, it was one of their big songs when they were younger. Tiny Bradshaw actually did it though. Number 4, I did not know this was a cover song. Joan Jett sang this. The Arrows were the original band to do it though. I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I had no idea that was a cover song. This next one, number 3, was originally done by Brownsville Station. Motley Crue did the cover, and that's "Smoking in the Boys' Room." I tell you, I was smoking in the boys' room. Teacher, I ain't fooling around with the rules, 'cause everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. I had no idea that was a cover. Number 2, and this was cool because it was a cover, but they also got the original band to do a little bit of it with them. Run DMC did a cover of Walk This Way, but they got Aerosmith to do a little bit with them. So that was pretty awesome. And that was like an MTV music video they made back when they did music videos, and it was huge. So that was awesome. And then I think the number 1 cover song of all time, for me at least, Bob Dylan did this originally, but Guns N' Roses redid it, and that's Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Hey, 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 yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
So, Rick, if we get disputed by Sony for any reason for this,
I'm gonna write Jay Hizzle's an idiot. He needs to quit singing, and then
for this
hopefully
episode, we know why.
I didn't sing 30 seconds of anything, but if anything, they're going to hear it and they're going to be like, maybe we should get this guy in studio.
No, they're not.
I mean, I've been told that I have quite the singing voice.
you got a better chance of getting a cease and desist letter.
You are
Knock,
not.
knock, knocking on heaven's door.
You are not a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
All Well, I gotta go, guys. So
We love
All
you,
right,
baby.
We'll see you in 3 weeks, B. We love
Yep. Be
Bye,
safe
guys.
out there tonight. Thanks
Sure
for
thing.
stopping by.
bye.
Later.
Bye.
I'm so glad he did a run-in.
Oh,
Me
that was
too.
cool. In
If
case
only we
anyone's
get
wondering,
Jazz.
even though by the time this comes out, this game will be far from over, it will be over. But Boston is going to overtime with Washington. We
It
got,
might not be over. It could go for 4 days.
yeah, probably not, but we have overtime hockey. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Let's go ahead and
do
get
or
this over so
die.
I can watch some.
Texas, what's your top 5?
My top 5. Number 5, Summer of '69, performed by Bowling for Soup.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh.
Number 4, Hangover by my favorite pirate metal band, Ailstorm. Number 3, Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, that's a good one. Ow.
Number 2, Hurt by Johnny Cash. I hurt myself today. Sorry. And number 1, Beat It by Fallout Boys. Or Fallout Boy.
Or the Weird Al version, Eat It. Eat it. Eat it. You know you really want to eat it.
We're so getting in trouble by Sony for this one.
Sony doesn't own all the music rights to all these bands.
They think they do. They said that they
No.
owned a 1 minute and 1 second of our fucking content, and all it was wrestlers. That was owned by the WWE. Did you see WWE disputing anything? No, it was fucking Sony.
Yeah,
Why? What was it? Because you called him fucking Waldo the Barbarian? Does Waldo be owned by Sony? I don't fucking know.
How dare you call him Waldo the Barbarian? We own Waldo and someone else owns Barbarians.
I'm on my like 8th Mike's Hard Lemonade by now.
Oh, yeah. So what do you got? Your top 5, Mr. Ric Spade.
All right. So number 5, I went with Zombie by the Bad Wolves.
Oh, that's a good one.
Zombie.
Zombie.
My number 4 is by a band called Shaman's Harvest. It's Dirty Diana, which was originally sung by Michael Jackson.
Oh, I think I've actually heard that.
It's a good song. My number 3 is actually 2 songs, but it's, well, same song, 2 different people. So, because I'm Ric Spade, I had to go with Poker Face, but I originally had, when I was wrestling, my theme song was going to be Poker Face by You Me at 6, but I also like Poker Face by Blow Sight. So that's my number 3.
Lady Gaga originally did that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she did a good job.
My number 2, I didn't really have like one song I could put on this, but I had to go with this band in general. The cover song's done by a band called Fame on Fire. And if you don't know who they are, I suggest you look them up because they have so many songs that they've like redone, like Bad Intentions by Justin Bieber and Hello, and there's like 8 or 9 other ones I can think of right now. But Like they're a band that I like to listen to. Like they've even done like Linkin Park and other stuff. Like they got like 80 different cover songs, but they're really good. So I just went with Fame on Fire for my number 2. And my number 1, I had to go with Sound of Silence by Disturbed.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good one too.
Because I really like that. I really liked how they did that. So yeah, that's my number 1, and that's my top 5. But before we go to our next segment, we need to remind you that the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It's something really important to us. If you're struggling with anxiety, depression, or just, the daily struggle with life, we here at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast would like to remind you that you are not alone in this. Mental health problems are real. And in this battle, some of us struggle every day. So if you can't reach out or speak to someone you know, please reach out to the National Alliance of Mental Health. You can find them at NAMI.org. That's NAMI.org, or call their helpline at 1-800-950-NAMI, or if you're in a crisis, text NAMI to 741-741. And remember, you're not alone in the fight for mental health.
Very well done, Rick.
That was well done. Except after that great whatever you call that, an announcement, like reminder, we now go into the angry bite me section.
I'm angry. And it's time to tell somebody to bite me.
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 And now it's time for Bite Me, featuring Jay, Hizzle, Ric Spade, Texas, and Guzzlebird. And the Ducks. And the Ducks. The dogs are so funny every time. I think one of them said something. It was like, "Arr!" and the other one's like, "Wah, wah, wah."
Oy vey.
Oh, man, dogs.
All right. So we'll get this party started. And by the way, Jay, sometimes it's therapeutic to scream "bite me" at somebody. It could help with mental health issues.
Oh, maybe it could.
So we'll go ahead and go with the first world issues, and we will go with Jay Hizzle first.
Yeah, I might have done this one before, but it just aggravated me the other day, and I thought I'm going to bring it up again. I'm assuming maybe I haven't. I don't know, but people that drive slow in the fast lane, get out of the way. All right, it's one thing if you're driving slow and there's a semi and you want to get over and pass it. That's cool. I understand you have the right to pass it like the rest of us, but when there is absolutely nobody in the lane and you're just sticking there and you're actually holding like everyone up, move over to the right, especially if you're going to go the speed limit or under. All right, you go to the right, let the faster cars pass you. All right, it's very simple. Otherwise, what happens is all the cars behind you start tailgating each other, and then they start, which this could be a separate one, and you get those idiots that start trying to weave between traffic to move up 2 spots. And now there's breaks going on like crazy and all that, all because of one slow car that just hasn't moved over once they got past the semi or something. All right, so you people that drive really slow in the fast lane, I'm not talking about if you're going 80 in the fast lane and someone wants to go 85, whatever. I'm not as worried about that. I'm talking when you're going like the speed limit or under in the fast lane and blocking traffic. Or if you're one of those people that is going to weave in and out, then in that case, to move past 2 people when there's nowhere to go. Bite me, okay? Be respectful. Caps win. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get to watch any of it.
See,
All
you
right,
need
then.
happiness. Woo!
All right. So my bite me this week goes out to the President of the United States, Joe Biden,
Sleepy Joe, as some like to call him.
who had the audacity to tweet, "You have two options. Get the vaccine and don't wear a mask, or don't get the vaccine and continue to wear a mask until you do." Joe, I hate to tell you this, man. This is the land of the free because of the brave, not the land of the afraid, or not the land of the oppressed because of the afraid. It's the land of the free. You cannot sit there and give that kind of demand. You're not a dictator. This is a free country. If you want to get the vaccine, please find your nearest place, go out and get it. If you don't believe that the vaccine's necessary because this whole thing's a crock of shit, like I know Be Slow and Jazz and even myself think this whole coronavirus is a crock of shit, by all means, don't go get it. It is the land of the free. You can do what you want. Freedom of choice. However, there is consequences to choices, and you're not free from the consequences. Just point that out there. But if you do not want to get the vaccine, you do not have to. Joe, you are not a dictator. This is America. America. And a lot of people are already getting sick of your crap, especially with the gas shortage on the East Coast and the Chick-fil-A sauce shortage. People are already getting mad at you. You cannot be a dictator and tell people how they have to live their life. This is America. So, Sleepy Joe, you can bite me. Rick, Guzzlebird, what do you have? Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show. I'm buzzing hard, but I've only had one, but I have been up since 5 a.m., but you've been up about the same time I have.
I am on my second glass of milk, in case anyone's wondering.
I'm on my 8th.
Jay likes the creamy white stuff.
Milk
I have Never Queens, so I'm good. What's a Never Queen?
A dick? I don't know.
I'm assuming he meant newer and not never. I'm talking about Jay.
Oh, I have
1%.
Never Queens.
Did you mean to write newer and not never?
Wait, what?
You wrote Never Queens.
You put I have Never Queens, so I'm good.
I was like, what the fuck is a Never Queen?
Newer queen. Sorry, we're talking about beds. For those of you that have no idea what we're talking
Guzzlebird,
about.
what do you guys have this week?
Here's what I'm pissed off about. This goes out to News Channel 3, who is trying to report shit that is false. So, for those of you that don't know, the CDC has now decided that if you are fully vaccinated, you are not allowed to go maskless indoors unless it is required by the place of which you are visiting. News Channel 3 decided that they were going to report that major chains such as Meijer, Walmart, Walgreens, etc. are forcing people to wear masks. I would like to point out that is bullshit.
Bullshit.
For News Channel 8, the day that they decided that they were going to lift the mask mandate, had reached out to all these stores. Target has decided that they were going to allow vaccinated people to go in with masks or maskless. That's their choice. Meijer is still going to require all its employees and shoppers to wear masks inside their store. Walmart, however, has said that starting Friday, which was yesterday, as we were recording this on Saturday, to allow all shoppers to go maskless and all employees to go maskless as of Tuesday, May 18th. So, where the fuck are you getting your information from, News Channel 3? Don't pull this bullshit on me. Don't pull this false reporting bullshit. You're not fucking Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer who's making up shit for fucking news stories. Use some goddamn credibility. You can bite me. Hey, Guzzlebird, why don't you tell them what we're really pissed about?
Oh boy.
You know what I'm really pissed about?
Fans.
Fucking windmills. No. So check this shit out. So I was trying to prepare for the show and get my Al Snow tweets, and I was gonna get them off Facebook like I normally do. And I went to screenshot it, and you know what Facebook said? Nope, can't do it due to restriction policies of Facebook. What the fuck is this shit? Been doing it for months. It's not like the Al Snow tweets or anything new. So I had to go over to Twitter, go on Al Snow's Twitter, screenshot it. Do you think Twitter banned me? Oh no. So you know what, Facebook, for trying to screenshot policy bullshit me, you can bite me.
I just got a text from Jazz. He sent me his bite me.
Oh, okay.
Jazz says, bite me to crunchy peanut butter for being so addictive.
That's fair. I guess. I mean, I guess I'm not super. I mean,
Hey, you know what? That's funny because be slow while talking about mattresses. He said, fuck snow cones. I don't even know what that means.
He wants to fuck a snow cone.
I hope it's not blueberry. That's my favorite. Blueberry.
Nope, it's lemon.
I peed in it. Okay. I'm
Fuel
done.
the jet.
The jet.
all right. It's Rick's segment time.
Apparently, you still haven't found the one with the jet.
It's Rick's segment.
So he had to get the audio for the other jet. He couldn't put them together. What kind of bullshit is this? Jay doesn't can bite me.
Wait, I'm not actually 100% sure which one has the jet in it. Like, I have something called Rick segment 1. I think that's what I just played.
That'd probably be the one I sent you.
Then there's Rick segment.
I love how Rick still continued the Guzzlebird voice.
I obviously used that one somewhere, some point.
I'm so drunk it doesn't even matter anymore.
I have a chimp. I have 5T, a 23646 cartoon turkey. What's that?
It's probably the one that goes.
Push it and find out.
That was that one. Then I have like, wait, let me go back. Maybe this is it. I have something called playback. I don't know what this is. This could be interesting. Oh, there's nothing here.
So interesting. So
What?
interesting.
Oh, wait, I have something called audio only. What could this be?
Spotify, Vodacast, Amazon Music. It was a 5-star review.
Does that look like that's it?
And most importantly,
Wow.
everybody.
That new Top Gun movie has a different jet sound than what I thought it would.
We can play that and then be like, "It's
Right
Rick."
now, YouTube's gonna say that we're doing the audio from our own damn show, and they're gonna ban us.
Wow, listen to that jet. Audio, visual, Spotify, YouTube.
Ooh, I have one called UUHHHB. What do you think this is? Oh, that's the original. Okay. I'm just looking at downloaded things. I have no idea. I think I'm gonna have to redo it. I don't know where it is.
How do you not know where you put your fucking Audacity files at?
Wait. No, that's
Did the Capitals goal get overturned?
No, I don't think so.
It looked like it was going to.
Wait, what?
They were trying to figure out if it was offsides, but I don't think it was.
All right, I'm gonna go to what I call NHL.com/scores just to make sure. It's 3-2, the final overtime. And in case you're wondering, the Canucks beat the Oilers 4-1 tonight.
Not that that matters at all.
That game has zero meaning except for I'm sure the Oilers didn't play any of their starters or anything. So
I'm still waiting for you to try and figure out where the fucking audio file is with the plane overhead, but no.
I'm pretty confident that maybe
no.
Might have just never gotten saved.
All right, so what's Rick's segment this week while Jay Hizzle's farting around with his computer?
Oh yeah, I was drinking. Hang on, sorry. So this week, I thought I would talk about my greatest accomplishment in my head, and that would be my book. So for those of you that don't know, for the longest time, I had wanted to be some kind of writer. I thought about being a journalist and stuff like that, and I never finished KCC to do that, and it never really panned out. And I said, well, I'd like to write a book. And when I was doing World of Warcraft, since we were talking about that a long time ago, I had created a character by the name of Zabius. He was a paladin. And I said, I think I'm going to make a book based on him. And so, like, for a while there, I was kind of using this audio recorder that I'd used for ghost hunting, and I was just kind of like chronicling what he was doing in the game to try to get an idea of what I was going to do, but it never really panned out. And that was 2007, 2008. So fast forward 10 years later, and I decided to myself, I wanted to write a book. And I had tried multiple times to try to write different things that was in my head that I thought would be a cool story, but it just never really got off the ground. And finally I said, let's write the story that I originally wanted to do. So I wanted to write the story about Zabius. So as I was thinking about it, and I had made a play a long time ago using the general idea with different character names that I had used from video games, but I decided that Zabius was going to be the main character, and it was going to be set in the land of Elena, which I named after my daughter. I also have my son Locke as a character in the book. So obviously I put a lot of heart into this. Everybody's in this book except for Texas, who is in the second book.
Sweet.
Because, there was Jurich, which is basically Jay Hizzle. There was Bry from Keelerant, which is Be Slow. There is my cousin Mike, who is Moke, which was his character in certain role-playing games that we had done. But yeah, so it mean a lot to me. It was Lore of Elena, Tale of the Fallen Kingdom. It's only like 80, 90 pages, something like that, which is, not really long, but what made it special to me was about 2 years ago, I went to a live show for a radio show called Free Beer and Hot Wings. They're stationed out of Grand Rapids, and they're syndicated in a bunch of different states. And I just happened to get picked to be one of the contestants for their Paired with an Idiot. And when I did that, they said, well, what do you do for a living? And I was going to tell them that, I stock at a grocery store. I wanted to tell them that I wrote a book. So I told them I wrote a book. I told them the name of the book live on on air. They looked it up. They saw that I had a 5-star rating on it. And after that, I ended up getting a lot of people looking at the book. At one point, I was actually in the top 100 in the Kindle version of my book for short reads and fantasy, and it meant a lot to me. And like, you have no idea like how special that actually was. And I'm sure at some point when I do this video, I'll put the screenshot that I have of it, because obviously, you know, it was something very special to me, which I'm trying to pull it up now so you have an idea, just so I can tell you. So in the Kindle version, it was number 43 in 90-minute teen and young adult short reads. It was 77 in 90-minute science fiction and fantasy short reads. And it was 205 in 90-minute literature and fiction short reads. Now, I'm not a professional writer. I'll never claim to be one. But put that in perspective. A single dad with 2 kids who works a 8-hour shift, 40-hour-a-week job, wrote a book, and there's probably hundreds of thousands of millions of books on Amazon, and somehow in Kindle, I managed to get in the top 100 for short reads. To me, that was amazing. That was special. So for anybody that wants to check it out, again, it's Lore of Elena, Tale of the Fallen Kingdom. It's available on Amazon. If you want to buy the Kindle version, it's only like 99 cents, so it's not costing you anything. I only make like 35 cents on it. If you want to buy the paperback version and keep it for life, which, by the way, I'm on the cover of this. So I think that's pretty cool. So if you want to get that, it's like $5.50, $5.65, something like that. I can't remember what I put it at, because I was trying to get to where if libraries wanted to pick it up, they could. And I promise you, I'm working on the sequel. As soon as I get it done, I will edit it. I will put it on. I will advertise the shit out of it on this podcast. And maybe I can get in the top 100 with that too. So, yeah, that's my segment for this week.
All right. That was Rick's segment. Now, it's time for tweets of the week. I grilled a chicken for 2 hours. It still won't tell me why it crossed the road. That was a pretty good one. I like that. This can almost be a Jurassic Park tweet. T-shirt is actually short for a Tyrannosaurus shirt. It's because of the small arms. Get it? I can't actually see Texas's reaction, but I think he's. Did you know that before crowbars were invented, crows mostly drank alone? I was set to become one of the world's greatest mountain climbers, but I peaked too early. Get that? Peaked too early? My wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. That's a really good one.
You've told that one before.
Albert Einstein was a genius and worthy of praise and study. His brother Frank was an absolute monster. Get it? Albert Einstein, his brother Frank Einstein. Yesterday I paid a stranger to knock me unconscious, shove a foreign object up my ass, and film the whole thing. Or as my doctor insists on calling it, a colonoscopy. Oh, man. Why are fish so easy to weigh? Because they come with their own scales. Hey, Texas, do you know what happens when you slap Dwayne Johnson in the butt?
What?
You hit rock bottom. Get it? Isn't that kind of funny? All right, the last two here. One of my daughters wants to marry the mailman, but I won't let her. Get it? I won't let her. And what did the Terminator say after he got his coffee? Hasta barista, baby. Oh, man, that was a good one. All right. In fact, I even got one laugh out of Texas. It's pretty exciting. All right, let's read a classic Donald Trump tweet. This is from 2018, a bizarre tweet about a fight with Joe Biden. Crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy. Actually, he is weak, both mentally and physically, and yet he threatens me for the second time with physical assault. He doesn't know me, but he will go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe. Apparently, he's still threatening people because Texas feels threatened.
I don't feel threatened. I just feel like he's being an absolute dick.
Didn't you say, oh, okay, I think you said
Tater.
the threat, like, you either get vaccinated or wear your mask forever or something.
He's being a dick.
And then Arnold had a tweet with
Tater.
a picture of him and Lulu, who is his, I don't know if it's like a goat or a donkey. Lulu wants to share absolutely everything with her now. Lockdown has spoiled her. So Lulu's in the house, and that's pretty cool. All right, but those were the tweets of the week. Bum 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 bum. Guzzle bird,
Guzzle bird. What is the word?
What does everybody want?
Bread!
What does everybody need?
Bread.
Bread! Suck my gut. Oh, wait.
Bread.
Okay. Let's start with my buddy Al Snoo, who I had to go to Twitter for, because, you know, Facebook's a dick. Don't ban me, Facebook. I only got one this week. Al Snow said, if concussions can affect your short-term memory, just think what concussions can do. Wait a minute. Hey, Jay Hizzle.
Yeah.
Did you know I tried to be a zookeeper?
No.
Yeah. I tried to be the koala tamer, but I didn't have the right qualifications.
But a
See, I can do stupid jokes too.
I think they're hilarious. Texas only likes jokes about things being shoved up asses.
By the way, did you know there's a new pandemic?
What's that?
It's the dreaded peekaboo virus. Yeah, they're sending street people to the ICU.
I get it. Texas, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, Jurassic Park tweets. Because I only did this because I didn't have them loaded up.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Me and the dinosaurs are starting to look like each other from being around each other so much. Like some doppelganger shit.
Interesting.
After working here day after day, you get tired of seeing the dinosaurs. What's really interesting to me is going to the zoo and seeing like a koala. You gotta have the right qualifications for that. I did it twice. Ha 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 ha. Roo. Yeah, get back. Okay, sorry. 911! Please disregard our previous tweet. It was set erroneously. Thank you. And finally, proud to announce we have teamed with the CDC for a special park promotion. Guests without masks get 5% off admission fee plus 20 minutes in the raptor cage free of charge.
I know where that's not gonna turn out too good.
You're gonna die, bitch. Ha ha.
Those are the tweets in Jurassic Park. Now snow of the week.
You know what it's time for? Bob. It's the Urban Dictionary definition of the week. Take it away, you fuckface.
He's talking to you, Jay Hizzle.
That's Texas. Take it away, Texas.
Oh, okay. He was talking to me.
Yeah, I had to come up with my own term.
Yes, you have to come up with your own term for Urban Dictionary definition of the week. Jay Hizzle. Yes, Jay Hizzle. Can you tell me what mac and cheese means? Oh, it's a very delicious food. I agree. Very good job, Jay Hizzle. We wouldn't be on the air very long if you did that crap.
I'm so fucking.
Yeah, we would. We'd be on the air as long as we want to be on the air.
We're gonna be on the air as long as we want to be on the air, no matter what. Jay Hizzle.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what stealthing means?
Oh, yeah.
STEALTHING. Stealthing.
So when you're a really good stalker, pretty much, like Texas, for example, let's say there's a girl you really like and you want to learn all about her because you want to be able to impress her. So what you do is you start stealthing her. That means that you're constantly around her, but she can't see you because you're camouflaging, you're blending in, you're dressing up as trees, you're hiding in the garbage, you're doing all kinds of stuff. So you're stealthy. She can't pick you up on her with her eyes or radar, And so you're stealthing her until you learn all the things you need to know about her. And then from there, then you can uncloak yourself and go bombard her or whatever. And she'll be like, oh my gosh, you like the same things I do? They're so cool because you stealthed her. She didn't know you're there. You were off her radar. And then bam, you're there.
Who the hell let Taylor Swift on SNL?
You what?
Taylor Swift's on SNL. This is bullshit.
Oh.
I can't stop doing Guzzlebird.
So your new name is now, instead of Ric Spade, it's Ricklebird.
I'm guessing this isn't a lot. This is a recorded SNL because the real SNL won't start till like 11:30 or something. I bet it's an old one. I don't think Taylor Swift's actually on it this week.
Fucking no.
All right. Stealthing.
Nope.
Because that's what people say. Ooh.
Stealthing is when a man removes a condom during sex, despite agreeing to wear one so that he can come inside the other person without their knowledge.
That's called lying.
Oh, it's also a form of sexual assault.
Oh, okay. I like my term better. But we can't have one inappropriate term, can we? No, we can't.
Bob! It's the most interesting evidence of the week. Taylor, Texas.
Dear God. Just a reminder, the Urban Dictionary and bonus Urban Dictionary definition of the week is brought to you by Dirty Rib Job Grill Seasoning. You can get it in the original Dirty Rib Job, the spicy Dirty Sanchez, or the fish grill seasoning, the Dirty Trouser Trout. All available on SD.com.
Should we make like a theme song for him when you come up and Rick can make the music and then we'll all sing it? Like when you're hungry and you want stuff on your meat, Dirty Rib Job is the treat.
Oh my God, that is awesome. Yes, we totally need to do that. I love the fact you came up with that off the top of your head. Oh, you deserve, you know what? Round of applause.
We'll do something like that. It'd be pretty funny.
Round of applause. All right. So the bonus word this week, can either of you tell me what baby trapping means?
Oh, no. It can't be that. I mean, it probably is terrible. So I'm going to say, though, it's not that bad of a thing.
No, it depends.
I'm just thinking like maybe it's like when someone's like, my baby, because their baby's like out of control and running away. And so what you have to do is you go and you have to corner the baby and trap it so it can't get away until its mom or dad can get to it. And then, maybe the baby's just like spraying across the playground. Like a baby could be like a 3-year-old toddler or something. I don't know. And like they're trying to chase the baby down. So you just have to corner and trap the baby so the mom or dad can come get it and the baby doesn't like run into the road or something. It's a thing you do to save a baby's life, basically, and return it to their parents.
Wow. Okay. Rick, I'm guessing you probably know what this term means, but do you want to take a guess?
Oh, let's see here.
Do you actually know what this term means?
I think so, but just in case, I'm going to just randomly make some shit up and see if I'm right. So, sometimes you get some bitches, I use that term loosely, and they're like, man, I really want to keep this guy around. So what do? They sit there and they find a way to get themselves pregnant. And they're like, oh, you're my baby daddy, I love you. But really, they're just trying to baby trap you because they don't want to be lonely. But then you find out that the baby's not yours, and you're like, bitch! So you bitch slap her up across the face because, fuck that bitch.
I think that's illegal.
Bullshit! I will smack that hoe. Baby trapping.
Well, Rick was kind of right. Baby trapping. When a female tells a male that she's taking or is on birth control, but really is not, and both parties agree to have consensual sexual relations. However, the male is under the impression that birth control is present and therefore feels comfortable to ejaculate inside the female. The female is hoping to become pregnant from this, therefore trap the male by doing so.
Interesting. I wonder if that's actually in any way, shape, or form illegal, or it might not be.
Sadly, no, that is not illegal, even though it should be.
Because technically, it's
Because,
a risk, I guess, you're taking no matter what. So you
as I
probably
said in the first one, stealthing could be construed as illegal or as a form of sexual assault, which that should also be. However, I don't think the woman should go to jail. I just think they should not get any child support.
Or maybe, though, they have the kid and then they get married and live happily ever after. I don't know. Very interesting indeed. But now that we've taken everyone to this new low, we should probably inspire them with some new highs. So I'm going to see if I have some inspirational quotes.
Hey, Jay Hizzle,
wait.
Hizzle, can I
Uh-huh.
go ahead and do my inspirational quotes? I know I'm closing, but that way I'm ready for the closing.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay, my inspirational quote. Did you have something else, Rick?
I just wanted to point out, according to the CDC, fully vaccinated people can have a little orgy as a treat.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, wake up and remember who the fuck you are. You are fine as fuck. You have an amazing personality. You've achieved so much to make it to this point. Don't let anybody play you. Don't let anybody make you feel worthless. Nobody is indispensable. Cut them off if they make you feel bad.
I feel singled out right now.
Well, just wait till my last one. The next one. The difference between try and triumph is a little bit of oomph. And my last one. Most female porn stars.
Oh my gosh. All right. I gotta tell you something. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. That's actually kind of true. It does. That's kind of cool. I like that. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. That's true. No matter what you do, you're gonna be criticized regardless. So you might as well do what you feels right. And when we honestly ask ourselves, which person in our lives mean the most to us, we often find that it is those who, instead of giving advice, solutions, or cures, have chosen rather to share our pain and touch our wounds with a warm and tender hand. The friend who can be silent with us in a moment of despair or confusion, who can stay with us in an hour of grief and bereavement, who can tolerate not knowing, not caring, not healing, and face with us the reality of our powerlessness. That is a friend who cares. I just thought that was kind of an interesting one. And then Dr. Seuss said, a person's a person, no matter how small. I don't know what exactly he was getting at there, actually.
Careful, if you use that as a pro-life argument, he'll try to sue you like he did back in the 70s or 80s.
Interesting. Huh. And then Mother Teresa said, peace begins with a smile. And I like that. I'm going to leave off with that one. So smile, it makes a difference.
I think mine was more meaningful.
What? All right. Rick, go ahead.
Oh, do I get to go now? Are you sure?
Yes, go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay. Albert Einstein once said, I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Bruce Lee once said, every situation in life is temporary. So when life is good, make sure you enjoy and receive it fully. And when life is not so good, remember that it will not last forever and better days are on the way. And finally, Plato once said, never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. And those are my inspirational quotes. Take us out, Texas.
And for that, thank you for joining us at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. Please subscribe and share our YouTube page and like our episodes and videos at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast. And please like, subscribe, and download our show at the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast on Podbean, Apple, Google, Spotify, TuneIn, Podchaser. Give us a 5-star review. You can tweet us at Poddamn Ric Spade, at Poddamn Texas, at Poddamn Idiotz P1, and our email is poddammidiotzpodcast@outlook.com. Someone may check that eventually. And share us with your friends, your family, your creepy neighbor, your pastor, even though you'll get banned from church, your mom's hot friend, your crush, your friend with benefits, your bank teller, a stripper, your bartender. Shout it out on the streets and tell your TikTok followers to check out the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
I'm Jay Hizzle from the Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
And I'm Ric Spade.
And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button to my right.
And maybe you want to see an older episode. See what we've been doing. I'm not sure why you'd start here, but maybe you haven't. Check out the video on the left. Check it out. Poddamn Idiotz Podcast.
Thank you.